Good evening. We're here to the regular trustee meeting for the Beavercreek Township Trustees on Monday, December 12th at 5 o'clock p.m. Will all of you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We have an agenda here. Are there any changes or corrections?
No changes.
Hearing none, I'll accept the motion.
I make a motion to excuse Mr. Kretz from today's regular trustee meeting and to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walls?
Yes.
I make a motion to accept the general ledger report in the amount of $347,044.08 for the November 16th, 2022 payroll.
Second.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walls?
Yes.
I make a motion to accept the general ledger report in the amount of $322,412.45 for the November 30th, 2022 payroll.
Second.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walls?
Yes.
I make a motion to accept the payments listing report in the amount of $574,858.71 for warrants through December the 8th, 2022.
Second.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walls?
Yes. We have minutes from the November 14th, 2022 regular trustee meeting. Are there any changes or corrections noted?
I make a motion to accept the minutes from the November 14th, 2022 regular trustee meeting as presented.
Second.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walls?
Yes.
Thank you, board. John, is his family here?
I think they're arriving right now.
Family's arriving right now? Okay, we'll take a break.
When you wanna,
We'll flip it. I'd go ahead and turn it over to Tori. So, Tori, you can go up there. Board, as you know, we have an employee recognition committee, and the employee recognition committee does several things, but one of the things they do throughout the year is to take a look at special accommodations for employees. We recognize certain milestones. We will be doing a lot more next year in 2023. But our chair, Mr. Amrine, has announced his retirement, so we have our new chair who's with us tonight, and Tori's agreed to take over the chair as a former also recipient of the Employee of the Year. So I will turn everything over to Tori for the employee recognition.
Thank you so much for your time this evening. I'm very excited to be here and to present this award. So there was a very lovely recommendation written, so I'm just going to go ahead and read that to you. So this is from Christine Hawker. She would like to submit her recommendation for Amy Hiles for the 2022 Township Employee of the Year. Amy Hiles holds the professional title of EMS Billing Administrative Assistant, but continually outperforms her title. Over the last year, Amy has willingly accepted additional roles and responsibilities above and beyond her EMS billing requirements. EMS billing alone is a full-time position. Amy has volunteered and requested to take on a role with accreditation and has absorbed a variety of office manager responsibilities. She is willing to assist the chiefs and support staff whenever asked and whenever she sees an opportunity. She is a true professional and anticipates others' needs before they even recognize they have a need. She has implemented an EMS billing company change that has the potential to save the fire department and township hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines due to compliance issues. She has raised the bar for the department by assuring that the department is current with laws, standards, and policies during this transition. She has done this by working with the new EMS billing company and spending hours upon hours researching and fact-finding. This determination and dedication to her position have brought to light compliance issues and regulations that they didn't know they needed to know. Amy has also brought outside training to all members of the department on compliance issues and proper compliance standards. Amy has been an integral part of implementing the new requirements for EMS reporting, quality improvement, and quality assurance by working closely with EMS Division. She's implemented monthly review meetings with the EMS Division Program Manager and will be an integral part of the implementation and development of the electronic patient care report for the new records management software. Amy requested additional training to become the department's compliant officer and now holds 2 certifications through the NAAC, National Academy of Ambulance Compliance. She holds the Certified Ambulance Compliance Officer and Certified Ambulance Privacy Officer. Amy was recently recognized by Fire Chief Anabas and Board of Trustees. The following information was quoted from the recommendation presented to the Boards of Trustees by Chief Anabas. During the recent accreditation peer assessors visit, Amy Hiles went above and beyond expectations by presenting the fire department in the most professional light. Her attention to detail was obvious throughout the visit, from classic invitations, nicely branded and professional produced documents and signage, to personal touches for the assessors. She also worked well outside of her normal schedule, both preparing for the visit as well as supporting the actual visit activities. Her flexibility in responding to the changing needs, conditions, and schedule of the visit allowed the fire department administration team to focus on addressing issues raised by the assessors. Amy takes a great deal of pride in her work, her communication with the staff, and the end product. Amy brings a positive and pleasant attitude every day and is dedicated, hardworking, committed employee and worthy of the 2022 Employee of the Year.
Thank you.
On board in front of you is a resolution authorizing Amy Hiles as the 2022 Employee of the Year.
I make a motion to adopt resolution number 2022-1212.admin-F, a resolution to name Amy Hiles to be the 2022 Beavercreek Township Employee of the Year. Whereas the Beavercreek Township Board of Trustees has established an Employee Recognition Committee, and whereas the Employee Recognition Committee has established a process for the nomination and selection of one employee each year to be recognized by the Beavercreek Township as the Township Employee of the Year. And whereas for 2022, following that selection process, the Employee Recognition Committee has made a unanimous recommendation to the Board of Township Trustees. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Beavercreek Township, Greene County, Ohio, hereby declare that EMS Billing Administrative Assistant Amy Hiles be recognized by the Beavercreek Township as the Beavercreek Township Employee of the Year, and be it further resolved that all former actions of the Beavercreek Township Board of Trustees concerning and relating to the adoption of this resolution are being adopted at a duly called and authorized open meeting of the Board of Trustees of Beavercreek Township on the date set forth above. Such meeting being duly called pursuant to a notice stating the time, place, and purpose of the meeting, and that all deliberate of the Beavercreek Township Board of Trustees and any of their committees that result in such formal action are in meeting open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including section 121.22 other higher revised code.
Second.
Trustee Dean.
Yes.
Trustee Wallace.
Yes.
Board will do the oath next for the firefighter, and then we'll take a break and do photos and present the plaque to Amy, and we'll do photos with the firefighter, helmet presentation, badge, and then photos with family and staff. John?
Good evening, Board, and thank you for your time for us tonight. We're excited to add a new member to the organization. With an opening in our authorized staffing level, tonight we are bringing forward the swearing in of our newest firefighter. The position of firefighter is one rich in tradition, pride, and honor, not only in the fire service, but the society as a whole. The firefighter is a role model and the persons others turn to in a time of crisis. Here in the Beavercreek Township Fire Department, we expect our firefighters to be among the best trained and highly proficient professionals, serving the members of our community with integrity, pride, and compassion. Our firefighters are most often the first impression we make as an organization. Therefore, we do not take lightly the responsibility we hold with a 25 to 30-year commitment to the community, the fire department, and the individual hired as a career firefighter. It is my honor to present to the Board of Township's to the Board of Township Trustees' newest firefighter who has demonstrated the knowledge, skills, and traits that exemplify the professionalism and pride of the Beavercreek Township Fire Department and our commitment to the citizens of Beavercreek. I'm presenting firefighter EMT Basic Trenton Jolly for the oath of position of full-time firefighter. Firefighter Trenton Jolly grew up in Beavercreek and graduated from Beavercreek High School. He then enrolled into Sinclair's EMT and Fire Academy. After graduating in December of 2021, Trenton started working at the Sugar Creek Township Fire Department and the Turtle Creek Township Fire Department, where he has been employed up until now. Trenton was inspired to become a firefighter by his father, who has been a Dayton firefighter for 25 years, and the meaningful work that he can do with the fire department. Trenton is very excited to serve the outstanding community that he grew up in and will continue to live in. With that, as I ask the board to administer the oath of firefighter to Trenton Jolly.
Thank you very much. Hi, Trenton.
Right up front.
I hereby certify that we have on this date sworn Trenton Jolly to the position of career firefighter for the Beavercreek Township Fire Department. And repeat after me. I, Trenton Jolly,
I, Trenton Jolly,
being duly sworn,
being duly sworn,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of career firefighter
of career firefighter
for the Beavercreek Township Fire Department,
for the Beavercreek Township Fire Department,
Greene County,
Greene County,
Ohio.
Ohio.
Okay, Trent, if you want to have your father come up.
Okay, board, what we'll do is take a break. We'll have Amy come up next, and we'll present the proclamation and plaque.
Okay, before we do that, I want to, Trenton, just want you to see that you have your family here, but also you have your new family here. So please talk to your coworkers, ask any questions that they may have. They're here to support you, and you're here to support them. So welcome to the Beavercreek Township Fire Department. Thank you.
Proclamation and plaque for Amy. Amy, come on up.
You stand in the center. You want to get just you two first?
Yep, and then Jessica's going to present the
That- well,
proclamation.
Okay. You stand in the center. Thank you. Practice. Go ahead.
I don't want a photo.
Okay, that's all. This wall's gonna stand on the back. Ready? 1, 2. I'll get a couple here. Okay. You.
There you go. Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, there you go. One more. Ready? Okay. You want to bring family in?
Okay, board, we'll take a break, and as we do photos and family.
Yeah. He's got that in here.
Thank you, Board. I will now turn it back over to Tori King.
You'll need to sign it. I have signed it. We can sign it. We can
Go
sign
ahead.
that one too.
Yeah, good idea.
Good evening
Okay.
again. Thank you so much for your time. So I did just want to give a little bit of an accolade to Ed Amrine. You know, he served as the chair of the Employee Recognition Committee for nearly a decade. His dedication to the success of the committee, witty commentary, and passion for helping people feel appreciated will sorely be missed. While the shoes will be difficult to fill, I'm honored to have been asked to chair the committee, considering Ed's retirement. And, you know, employee recognition is something I'm really passionate about, so I'm very excited for the next year and years to come and recognizing all the fabulous employees that we have here in the township and making sure they feel appreciated. So with that, this evening, I'm very excited to have two other employees that we'd like to recognize. Both of them, unfortunately, because they're moving on, but I'm sure that they will have great success in their future. So the first was Sergeant Chris Moore. Sergeant Chris Moore was assigned to the township post in 2015. He's been a beloved asset to the township, and he recently accepted a new position within the county court system. His charm and character will be missed by many. So with that, I have a proclamation to present.
We do.
I think he's a little surprised. I don't know.
What can we say?
Alright. I make a motion to adopt resolution number 2022-1212-admin-G. A proclamation in honor of service and contributions of Chris Moore. Whereas Deputy Chris Moore was assigned to the Beavercreek Township substation in 2015, and whereas Deputy Moore, Deputy Funk, and K9 Roy made several high-profile drug arrests in Beavercreek Township in the U.S. corridor, and whereas Deputy Moore was selected to serve as the sergeant of Beavercreek Township substation in February of 2019, and whereas Sergeant Moore provided ALICE training to township staff, churches, and businesses, and whereas Sergeant Moore was named the 2019 Beavercreek Township Employee of the Year for his collaborative attitude and inspiring leadership that contributed to the success of the substation operations, and whereas Sergeant Moore has served the citizens of Beavercreek Township, Greene County, Ohio, with distinction for many years, and now be it therefore declared that the Board of Township Trustees of Beavercreek Township, Greene County, Ohio, on behalf of the citizens of Beavercreek Township, the Board of Trustees wishes to express its sincere gratitude to Christopher Moore for his exemplary service during his time in our community. In witness whereof we have hereunto set our hand and caused the seal of Beavercreek Township to be affixed this 12th day of December in the year 2022.
Second.
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
Trustee Wallace.
Yes.
Come on up, Chris. Elected officials, if you'd like to go up and present it.
Yes.
Ryan, you want to go up there too?
Thanks, sir. It's good to have it just a little bit there.
He's about in
I know, I feel like
I think it was. A couple of years.
another Christmas. Like, I feel so tiny. So short.
Sergeant Moore, you stand relieved. You can go.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Sergeant Moore.
New Ed?
What happened to Ed?
All right. This will be presented at his party.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
All right. my final piece of business for you all this evening is a proclamation for planner Ed Amrine. So he began in the township in June of 2013. He was instrumental in the reorganization of the zoning department shortly after his hiring. He also researched and developed the Employee Recognition Committee, like I mentioned priorly. And then in February, I believe, of 2020 is when he moved down to a part-time planner, although he's done a lot of work for a part-time guy. So we're very excited that he'll be able to fully enjoy his retirement after this, although he'll be sorely missed. Brings it full circle because Ed was the one that hired me into the township, so I'm very grateful that he took the opportunity to hire me, and very happy to see him be able to enjoy this next phase of his life.
Yes. Okay. We have a proclamation in honor of Ed Amrine on the occasion of his retirement from Beavercreek Township, Ohio. Resolution number 2022-1212-admin-H. Adoption date is December 12th, 2022. Whereas Ed Amrine began serving the citizens of Beavercreek Township on June 6, 2013, and Ed Amrine has sat on numerous boards and committees providing an invaluable wealth of knowledge. And Ed led the reorganization of the zoning department and its procedures upon his arrival, including the improvement of permit processes, data storage, and office functionality. And Ed Amrine has provided exceptional planning and zoning services to Beavercreek Township for nearly a decade. And Ed led the research and development of the Employee Recognition Committee. And Amrine was a vital part of the Little Miami River cleanup project successes and has been a constant light of wit and charm to colleagues in the township and beyond. And whereas Ed Amrine has announced his intention to retire from public service on December 21st, 2022. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Beavercreek Township, Greene County, Ohio, extend to Ed Amrine their sincere and heartfelt gratitude for his exemplary service and dedication to the citizens of Beavercreek Township and congratulate him on his retirement. Be it further proclaimed that Beavercreek Township extends wishes for good health, many adventures, and a long and active life to Ed Amrine and his family. In witness thereof, we have hereunto set our hand and caused the seal of Beavercreek Township to be affixed this 12th day of December, 2022.
Second.
Trustee Wallace?
Yes.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Thank you. And board will have an open house from 3 to 5 on the 21st, where we'll officially present the proclamation and, of course, read it again in front of everybody that's there. It'll be held here in the community room, so everyone's welcome to come.
Next Wednesday? Next Thursday?
Thank you all so much for your time this evening.
Thank you so much. 21st.
Thank you, Tori.
I think he's
What'd you say, 3 to 5?
Invite for it.
Yes, 3 to 5 on the 21st. The calendar invite went out, so you probably
Yeah.
should have already have it.
I just want to make sure I have it. 3.
All right.
Okay.
Next item should be citizens desiring to speak.
Are there any citizens wanting to speak? This is a time to do so. You have 3 minutes to talk about anything that you'd like to bring up. Seeing none, we'll move on to old business. There is none. New business, Mr. Zahariev.
Thank you, board. In your packet on page 11 is a motion to cancel the December 21st regular trustee. Sorry, 27th, what did I say? No, got 21st on my mind. 27th regular trustee meeting. Thank you.
I make a motion to cancel the December 27, 2022 regular trustee meeting.
Second,
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Wallace?
yes.
Thank you, board. Next item is on page 12 of your packet is the update to the overtime compensation policy. I'll go through some of the changes A few typos here and there. A significant change is under comp time accrual, and this will make all non-union employees the same as going from the accumulation of comp time from 24 hours to 56. So this will move everybody to the same level in the non-union agreements and/or what was passed by policy. So you'll see that change. The other major changes in here will be under the scheduled overtime for the Public Service Department. This is current practice. We're just incorporating what's in currently called the maintenance agreement, including it into the document as well. So, so you'll see those. That is all new, but it's current practice of the township with their agreement. I'm happy to answer any questions. There is a motion at the bottom of page 15.
You have any questions?
I had none.
I had none. It's a nice job.
Thank you.
I make a motion to approve the overtime policy as presented.
Second.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walt?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. Next item is going to be the Hillside Farms TIF. Board, as you know, you approved a development on the corner of Dayton Xenia, Hilltop, and Treybine for a commercial development that will include rental residential property, 3 units per building, and also a commercial piece on the corner. Staff has worked with legal as well as the developers to create a TIF for the area. As the board recalls, we did update the TIF. That's across the street, removing this triangle piece. So if you look at the maps that are included in both the TIF resolution and the TIF agreement, this includes that triangle piece and the approved development as well. A couple changes that are, since it was in your packet on Thursday. One of the changes includes all the motion numbers and everything else. Signature page was wrong. We still have the vice chair and chair, so that's fixed. And there's a section in there that authorized, it did have the fiscal officer also authorizing the work that was completed to do the reimbursement TIF. It authorizes me, and then we release the money once the invoice is put in as part of the TIF agreement. This is a $30 million project for the township, and that is just on what we know is coming and doesn't include everything on the corner, on the commercial piece. What you have here is the TIF resolution, and this is, I got to mention, we also notified the schools. Mr. McConnell and I met with the superintendent for both Beavercreek City Schools and the Career Center. They have no objections, or they'd be here tonight. They do like some of the improvements that are being discussed, especially along the Treybine corridor. What's different in our previous TIFs, we know there are some projects along Dayton Xenia, Treybine Hilltop intersection, and potentially, as this development grows, we may have some modifications we would like to make to Hilltop. So you would see in the agreement, which is kind of different from our previous reimbursement TIFs, is that 15% of the revenue that is generated by the TIF will come to the township to invest in public infrastructure as well. So the 85% will go to reimbursable to the developer once it is complete. The developers on here, we've got Eric Allen and Greg. They're on teams here, and I'll turn it over to them if you'd like to make any comments. Oh, can't hear you, Greg.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm down in Pensacola. I'm sorry I couldn't be at the meeting, so I've got an hour time change down here. But no, it's been great working with the township, obviously, for I guess about the last year with Alex and Max and everybody else on the staff. So we're anxious to get started. It's just taking a lot longer than we thought. We thought we would be moving dirt by now, but hopefully within the next month or so, we finally can close on the land and get started. But appreciate everyone's help.
Thank you, Greg. Instead of reading the whole thing, because there's some changes, I would just pass a motion authorizing the TIF and the TIF agreement, just with the changes that I mentioned.
And just to clarify, I believe those changes are only in the agreement. The resolution itself has not changed.
Yeah, the resolution, the only thing that's changed is the chair and vice chair.
very minor
Yeah, two minor changes, yeah. So you have a motion in front of you?
Any questions, comments,
I have-
concerns?
No, thank you, Greg and Eric, for working with our township employees and Max and Alex and the rest of the staff that helped you out. We're looking forward to the development, and we'll be just as happy to see some earth moved ourselves.
Great.
Alright. I make a motion to approve resolution number 2022-1212-admin-K pursuant to the revised code section 5709.73B, declaring to be a public purpose certain public infrastructure improvements that are necessary for the development of the Hillside Farms development on parcels of real property located in the unincorporated area of the township, and exempt improvements to those parcels from real property taxation, requiring the payment of services in lieu of the service payments for those public infrastructure, in lieu of the exempted property taxes as a covenant running with the land, and authorizing the use of the service payments for those public infrastructure improvements, authorizing exclusion of a TIF agreement and such other documents as may be necessary or appropriate to such purposes, establishing a tax increment equivalent fund for the deposit of the service payments, and authorizing the township administrator to sign for the board.
Second. Trustee Dean,
Yes.
trustee Wall.
Yes.
Thank you, board. We will send this tomorrow to Greg and get everybody's signature, and then we'll file it with the county auditor.
Great.
Perfect.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Max, thank you for all your hard work on this as well. Thank you, board. Next item is on page 56 of your packet, another lengthy document here. As we discussed also in the budget meeting, and the board authorized earlier this year to move forward with the Valley Bell Connector and Phase 1. This is the next step in the process. We have to do environmentals, and since the project will be starting no later than July of 2023, we need construction drawings to put out for RFP. So this is engaging Choice One that we've already worked with on this project, and will continue to work with through the project. And this will authorize Choice One Engineering to do the construction plans, and then they will sub the environmental out. The total cost is $233,000.763. There is a motion on page 81. I'm happy to answer any questions.
I have no questions. Do you have any questions?
I did not.
Thank you, board.
Make a motion to approve purchase request 22-admin-0992 to Choice One Engineering for the construction plans environmental study for the Valley Bell Connector in the amount of $233,763, and to authorize the township administrator to sign for the board.
Second.
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
trustee Walls.
Yes.
Thank you, board. The next item is an update on the Historical Society MOU for the right of use and maintenance agreement for using the building at 1999 Dayton Xenia Road. So you'll see one of those changes is actually amending to the new address when we did the lot split. And it's shall renew, so you see some language there that was commencing, but it shall renew with an update from staff in regards to the cost. We do have a member now on the Historical Society that represents the township. So Carolyn from Community Development and Risk represents the township on that. So she worked with, not only being on the board, but she also worked with the board to come up with the new agreement. This was reviewed, and the recommended changes were also included from legal as well. If there are no questions, there is a motion on page 84. I did amend on the sheet there to authorize me to sign on behalf. So if there's no questions.
I make a motion to approve the Historical Society agreement as presented and to authorize the township administrator to sign for the board.
Second.
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
trustee Wallace.
Yes.
Thank you, board. Next item is on page 85 of your packet is some IT surplus. This is all related to the fire department, and once it's surplus and put on gov deals, all funds will be returned back to the fire fund. You can pass it as presented. I'll answer any questions.
No questions.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2022-1212-admin-N, finding certain township equipment to be surplus and to be disposed of as presented. Excuse me.
Second.
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
trustee Wallace.
Yes.
Thank you, board. Next item is on page 87, which is the biweekly activity report. A little longer because we had only 1 month, one meeting in November, and then followed by the monthly report. Moving forward, Sergeant Kessel and I, as the board knows, we're going to be going to monthly reports starting in 2023. Their first meeting of the month will be monthly reports from all departments, which will include the prior month. So you'll see some of this data again for the month of December, just because it includes a little bit of the first part of the month. So you'll be seeing this kind of format changing, but still the data will be in the monthly reports. So if you have any questions, Sergeant Kessel's here to answer any questions.
Good evening, board.
Hello.
Good evening. Glad to see you here. We're gonna miss
Nice
Chris,
transition,
but
I'll tell you.
it's nice to see you part of our township
I'm
now.
excited to be here. Everybody's been great so far. I can't thank everybody enough, so
Great. Well, just keep it safe out there.
I will.
Do you have any questions on the report?
Anything that we should be aware of or anything going on? I know it's holiday season, so it's extra traffic and that kind of thing.
No, other than Deputy Kraft starting this coming weekend, the new township deputy. He'll be taking the place of, not taking the place, but we have one deputy that's out on long-term sick leave. So he'll be plugged into that night shift rotation until he comes back. So
Okay.
that's about it.
All right.
Great.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, board. Next item is on page 122 is the biweekly report for human resources. Are there any questions?
Do you have any questions on HR?
I did not.
And I don't have any questions either, so
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
You have a good holiday.
Thank you, board. Next item is on page 126 and is the biweekly report for community development and risk. Obviously, a lot of work's been going on, especially as we just passed earlier, the TIF and TIF agreement. Fire Marshal's here to answer any questions.
Don't have any heavy questions. But Mr. Parks, while you're there, can you please check on that heat? It seems like it's gone down and it's getting colder over here. And we're gonna be here for a while tonight.
It's always cold.
Well, you turned it up, but now I don't feel it anymore. You have any questions?
I did have some questions. Alex or Mr. Sahara, if I'm sorry, can you scroll back
Sure.
down a little bit? Sorry, I still can't. The Adobe thing still
Okay.
won't
Which
let
one,
me.
which page?
There was something in there about asking some questions about the scroll up. No, wrong way, sorry.
Yeah.
It was about some
Was it regarding the land use?
keep going. It was, like complaints of, there you go.
There.
Keep going a little bit. Yeah, the violations and asking for assistance with dealing with the violation. I was just wondering, you know, if there was like any movement on that, like what do they do for those situations where there's a violation where you're not getting anywhere with a,
The one we're currently working on, we've sent to the prosecutor's
Yeah.
office out of Greene County. And we just sent it out there recently, within the last week or so, so we have not gotten a report back from them on the
Gotcha.
status change.
so you're not sure what they do in that
Not
case?
yet,
Okay,
yeah, we just started that process with the prosecutor, so.
gotcha.
we'll give you
I just
an
haven't seen one get quite that far before, so I wasn't sure like what they did in the event that something like that occurs.
We try to work extensively with the
Yeah, I know you
property
guys
owner,
do,
the
yeah.
violators.
Send several letters and like update on those, but I'd never seen one get to that point, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had to pursue it with this one, so. But we'll give you a status report in January on
Okay.
what the prosecutors indicated.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you, Board. Sorry, I went too far ahead. On page 137 is the biweekly report for IT. Are there any questions?
I had none.
I had none.
Thank you, Board. Next item is on page 139. Our first action is to accept the resignation. We are, after some discussion, staff is recommending that this employee is not eligible for rehire. So I do have a motion on page 139.
I make a motion to accept payroll specialist Jessica Nothman's resignation effective November 15th, 2022. Jessica Nuthman is not eligible for reemployment with Beavercreek Township.
Second.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Wallace?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. Next item is the biweekly report. Are there any questions?
I have no additional questions.
I had no extra questions either. A lot going on though.
Yeah, everybody's got a ton of stuff going on.
It's a busy time of year. We have a lot of payouts in regards to some of the policies for the township as well as the union contract, and then of course end of year. And then we don't anticipate, especially with the software and staff that's in place, any issues of moving the year over. So, thank you, Board. Next item is on page 142 of your packet. There's a request to advertise an RFP. Mr. Parks is here to answer any questions. There is a sample motion also on the same page. The RFP has been reviewed by legal, and all changes were incorporated.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi there.
Yeah, we're recommending to advertise for this in the first week of January to get it installed, because the system that's currently there is 23 years old and parts are not available. Well, I think a pull station, we waited about 8 months to get it. It came from Amazon.
Oh,
So,
so this is a fire alarm for the building itself?
yes,
On a
for the
fire
building
station.
itself.
Okay.
It's ironic.
Yeah.
Fire alarm system for a fire station, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
we're,
good.
fire marshal can, we're held to the same standard as any other commercial building in the community.
So is this would be a wired
Yes.
through every room, so it's gonna be
Yeah,
decent.
all the devices will be replaced throughout
Okay.
the building.
And do we have our other buildings on a time contingency on?
A a lot of our other buildings are proprietary systems,
Okay.
which means when you go out to have the building done, you get those systems cheap.
Mm-hmm.
What gets you,
Did you
Yes,
have to
when
go
it's-
back to them to get
you have to
everything
go back to
replaced?
them. And I think this building here, it's a minimum of 4 hours at $125 an hour. It doesn't matter if he's here 15 minutes or all 4 hours. So currently, everything's up and running. So we do not anticipate probably for a couple more years, starting to look at some other buildings to be replaced.
Okay. That's what I was looking for, a schedule on, if we have to do that on other buildings, we should probably put in a schedule and part of the budget and any other things that we need to do to look at other
We
parts
knew,
of the
we
building.
knew this one was coming, and it was put in the budget for 2023.
Okay,
We did appropriations.
great. Any other questions?
And I did see in that there would be a non-proprietary system
Correct.
that you were looking at, so,
We did that on purpose.
yeah. All right. I make a motion to approve the advertise for the RFP for the fire alarm replacement at Station 6030.
Second,
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walls?
yes.
Thank you, Board. Last item on the road department is the biweekly report on page 152. Are there any questions?
I had a question about the vehicles awaiting parts. Are those the recall parts that you're waiting
Yes.
on?
Well, most of them are the recall parts. Some of them are fire apparatus
Yeah,
that they're still functioning,
yeah.
but we're still waiting for the parts to come in. Some of those lag times are
Yeah.
30, 60, 90 days. So
Okay.
You guys have been busy, that's for sure.
it's the time of year where indoor projects or tree trimming, which is all preventive maintenance stuff for the roads.
Which is better than salt and snow, so.
I can't say I disagree with that. And I do have an update for you. John went up this morning to look at our new truck and go over with the bodybuilder. I think at the appropriation hearings, I said probably February. It will probably be in the next couple weeks
Oh, great.
that it'll hit the door, so.
Cool.
Hopefully snow will hold off that long.
Yeah. So now, do you have a lineup of who gets the brand new truck?
Depends on the route.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, because we're stepping one down and putting it in reserve, and this one will take its place. So I'm sure there's bidding wars going on between the guys, what route they want to run.
Yeah, that's what I was, yeah, to be in a brand new truck. Oh, great. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Board. Unfortunately, due to different leaves, we don't have a fire report, so we will have a monthly report in the first meeting in January. That will include all of December, including this biweekly that was missed. And Board, that's all I have for you tonight.
Don, do you have anything?
I do not today.
Okay. Mr. Rushing?
Thank you, Board. Just one item. We do have a resolution, a transfer from the fire fund to the engine fund in the amount of $73,792.54. This is for the interest and principal payment for the first year payment of the fire apparatus. As the board recalls, we did enter into a capital lease program for several fire apparatus, and our first payment is due next year. So this is the budget amount we need to move over into in order to ensure we have the availability of funds to make that first lease payment. So there's a resolution in front of you on page 153 and can be passed as presented. I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
All right. Make a motion to approve resolution number 20221212-finance-A to transfer from the fire fund 2192 to the ALS engine fund 4903 and appropriate supplemental appropriations and certify revenue.
Second,
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walls?
yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay,
Meetings.
meetings, MVRPC, we had our meeting, I sent the, executive director's report on to everybody. Do you get that normally, do you get it?
I just, when you send it to me.
Okay.
I get it, but yes,
I've been, okay, so, a lot of was going on at MVRPC, they thanked everyone for the acceptance of the dues increase, and things are going well there. TAC,
no report.
regional planning will be no report probably, since Mr. Kretz isn't here. Health department,
I had Mr. Zaharieff add the agenda to your packet.
Right.
There was nothing additional for Beavercreek Township, just a normal meeting for the health department this month.
okay, thank you. School superintendent, city manager.
Thank you, Board. I had a meeting with the city manager. We discussed several items, mostly on projects. We did discuss finalizing the shared service agreement regarding use of equipment for this winter season and the areas that the township will be covering when in an event of a snow or ice storm. So just to let the board know that our roads will be completed in the unincorporated area first, and then we'll be assisting the city in 4 neighborhoods in the city portion of the township. We also talked about, obviously, upcoming levies. As you know, the city road levy did pass. It was going to be official tonight at 5 o'clock at Board of Elections. Unfortunately, the police levy failed, so there was some discussion when they were going to put that back on. And we discussed all the projects that are going on here in Beavercreek Township, including the safety projects, as well as the US 35 Valley Train Line project that's going to be bid the first of the year by ODOT, with construction beginning March 1st of 2023. So that's all I had. I'm sorry, superintendent. Unfortunately, tomorrow night I was supposed to meet with the superintendent, but I will be attending the Township Association.
Well, I appreciate you going into more shared services with the city, so that's great.
Yeah.
Right, Pat?
Unfortunately, that meeting is right now at 6
Oh.
o'clock. So scheduling issue, and with Ohio EPA and US EPA all coming to the meetings. So this was the only night they could do it. So I will get a full agenda in the presentation. I will share that with the board.
Green County Township Association, we have our meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock at the Sugar Valley Country Club. Or Sugar Valley.
Sugar Valley.
Sugar Valley, yeah. So it's it's a half hour earlier than normal, so just people will do that. And Investment Oversight Committee,
Board, I'll just give a couple of points of information. The Federal Reserve is planning on meeting this Wednesday, the 14th. The market is pricing another 50 basis points increase in terms of short Fed fund rate. In addition to that, the market is pricing another 25 to 50 basis points at their next meeting, which will be February the 1st after the 14th of this month. We are looking at overnight yields for a 1-year treasury over 4.65% and immediate money market rates overnight yielding of 3.7%. So for the next 6 to 9 months, the market is predicting that short-term rates will continue to trend upwards. Depending on how the economy reacts to that and what their goals are of the Fed, we fully anticipate the Fed is more than likely start slowing down on interest rates hikes starting in summer of 2023. Again, that's all dependent on how the economy responds to these current hikes moving forward. But within the next 3 months, we may see up to another % increase in short-term rates. I'm also happy to report that in the general fund alone, which other funds do receive interest, but in the general fund alone, we have posted over $114,000 in interest earnings this year. We continue to expect that into 2023. So in terms of our investment portfolio, we're doing quite well and very proud of the investment strategy that we've been able to implement and continue to keep track on, with the taxpayers' dollars. So that's all I have.
And Mr. Rushing, I commend you and your staff on following this, and, I mean, prior to you taking over as fiscal officer, we received no interest on most of our investments. And you have really been proactive and helping the township stretch our dollars for our public, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
On the executive session.
All righty.
Make a motion to move to executive session under Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G3, conferences with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject of pending or imminent court action.
Second,
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walsh?
yes.
Ms. Walls.
Okay, we need a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
Second,
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walsh?
second. No,
Yes.
We got it.
yeah, I got it. We got it, yeah. I was like, huh?
Thank you, board. I have for you a confidential settlement agreement.
I make a motion to approve the confidential settlement agreement as presented.
Second,
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Walsh?
yes.
Thank you, board.
And after that, we are done with our regular trustee meeting, and we will recess for 2 minutes before we start the zoning case. Okay, this is a public hearing for zoning case number 832. And we have staff comments.
Yeah, we can get the public hearing notice.
Thank you for your time this evening, Board. I'm going to present just a couple pieces of information for you on Zoning Commission Case 832. Quickly, I'll read the public notice. The purpose of the hearing is so the trustees may review and act on a recommendation from the Beavercreek Township Zoning Commission for Zoning Commission Case number 832. It's a consideration of a specific site plan for approval. The site plan's for a warehouse building within the Beaver Park Industrial/Commercial PUD just across the street. Site plans within PUDs must be approved by the township trustees in accordance with the Beavercreek Township zoning resolution. We also have the parcel ID number as well here in the notice. So I have a short staff report for you. The applicant in this case is here, Douglas Drummond. He'll have a chance to say a few things about the project. He's applying with the consent of the actual property owner, subject to transaction contingencies. Her name is Cheryl Harry. We do have an affidavit stating his ability to do that. The applicant is applying for a specific site plan approval for the parcel identified B03-000-200-33-000-300. This parcel is located within an industrial/commercial plan unit development, which is known as Beaver Park Industrial Park. The applicant will be engaging in an industrial land use, which consists of warehousing and shipping related to online sales. So it fits right in with the allowable uses in the Beaver Park PUD. A little bit of context. The applicant has worked closely with staff to modify their original site plan design to accommodate the zoning resolution requirements while also allowing for the needs of the business. So I've met with Mr. Drummond a couple of times. We kind of revised his initial site plan, basically squared off the building a little bit more to respect setbacks a little bit more. This led to a compromise between staff and the applicant regarding front and rear yard setbacks. Per the PUD I/C zoning requirements, the setbacks for this use would follow the underlying base use in Article 14. Front and rear yard requirements in there are 50 feet. However, this parcel, and you'll see when we get to the actual map, it's relatively small and it does contain a bit of challenging topography, which necessitated that he align the building kind of north-south facing rather than east-west across the property. And that led to a minor modification that the zoning commission approved. His front his rear yard setback rather is 45 feet rather than 50. His front yard is 43 rather than 50. But again, that's already been approved by the zoning commission. Just wanted to make you aware of that. Other than that, it's a very standard industrial building that fits well within Beaver Park. Staff has been through several iterations, like I said, of the site plan with the applicant, and we believe that the proposed site plan is compliant as possible without necessitating significant investment from the application in grading or deforesting the site. Apart from that, like I said, it otherwise fits all of the requirements of the zoning resolution. So in the staff report, what I do for the zoning commission and yourselves is the list. There are a number of criteria listed in Article 17, which is the PUD article. I'm going to not read all of these. The answer for all of them in staff's best of knowledge and belief is that yes, it meets all of these criteria. I'd be glad to go through them in detail if you'd like me to. All right, I didn't think so. So
Yes, read them all.
for the recommendation, staff does recommend approval of the specific site plan. It was also recommended for approval by the Beavercreek Township Zoning Commission for you as well. We do not suggest any conditions be placed on this at any time or at this time, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have. If we can quickly just take a look, I believe there, yeah, thank you, at the map there. What I wanted to just point out, if you see on the kind of the left side of the document, the left side of the site plan there, there's that copse of trees, which would, if he wanted to turn the building, if you were, he'd have to chop down a bunch of trees. He'd also have to do some significant grading for that slope there, which is why he was granted the minor modification, just pointing that out. All right, any questions? I'd be glad to answer.
Max, I'm just happy that you were able to work with the applicant so well and that you are very transparent in what our goals are, and I appreciate the fact that you work so well with these people.
Well, thank you. We're excited to hopefully have Mr. Drummond in here, and we're getting close to filling that business park up. So, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Drummond, would you like to come up and talk about your plans?
Sure.
First, I want to thank you for working with our department so well, and Max, it's nice to be able to see something where there's no major conflicts in your understanding on some of the issues that we have to go deal with. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. I don't know if you want to know a little bit about the business. Cheryl Harry is my mother-in-law.
Okay.
So that's why she's still in the business, but going to be retiring in a couple of years. So I've taken over because I don't know how much you want to know. Father-in-law passed away 2 years ago. We were always going to build, looking to move out to the Beavercreek area because we're in Dayton now. They live off Trayvine. We live off North Fairfield on Pebble Creek. So I'm doing this for Cheryl on behalf of the business and myself, whatever. My wife's she's a surgical tech right now. She's coming in part-time, starting in January. So we're trying to still involve the whole family back in the business. Right now we have 5 employees. So, and basically what we are, we're a motorcycle supply. We don't sell motorcycles, we sell parts for like custom Harleys and stuff like that. So we're basically a warehouse where we ship the parts on Amazon, eBay, our website. That's mainly what we do in the sense of that. So there's not really walk-ins or anything like that as far as selling, brick and mortar. We're more of an internet-based.
Well, thanks for explaining it, because I'm handicap sensitive, and so when I saw that there weren't that many handicap spaces, I was like, but since not too many people are going to be physically going there.
Yeah, if someone usually does, it'll be for a pickup. They won't be there long. It's not like they can shop around or anything. It's more for pickup if somebody's local and they want to, because that happens a lot. They'll be like, oh, we didn't know you were in Dayton. We're right here in Beavercreek, and then they'll drive over and set a time, pick it up.
Yeah, well, great.
I don't know if you have any other questions about the proposed business or.
I think you've satisfied mine. Do you have any questions?
I do. Thank you so much for giving us the rundown on the business and being here.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone here in the public that wants to make any comments about this proposed zoning case? Seeing none, we'll close that portion of our hearing, and is there any discussion between the board? Anything that you,
No,
Are we
I
clear on-
don't have any questions or anything. It was pretty, all explained there in the packet of that Max put together for us.
okay, thank you.
So board, there's a sample resolution in your packet. There are no changes, and there's no modifications or any conditions that the board is going to put on, so you can pass it as presented.
All right. Make a motion to approve resolution number 20221212-ZC-A, a resolution to approve the site plan of parcel number B 03000020033000300, an industrial warehouse within the Beaver Park Industrial Commercial Planned Unit Development as presented.
Second,
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
trustee Walsh.
yes,
Thank you, board. Congratulations.
congratulations, and I'm looking forward to being there at the ribbon cutting.
Board, that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you.
Any other comments or discussion from anyone on board?
I had none.
I just wish the citizens Merry Christmas and happy holidays, our staff and citizens of Beavercreek Township. Trustees, have a nice holiday too, and we'll see you we'll see you soon.
First meeting and
Next-
second
next-
Monday in January.
Next year.
Yeah.
Or at Ed's thing, or at the
Yeah.
township thing tomorrow night.
All right.
There you
Motion
go.
to adjourn.
Second,
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
trustee Walsh.
yes.